Alright, in this example we're being asked to find the total surface area and the volume of the following prism. So just by looking at our example, you can see that we have a right triangular shaped prism. We know it's a right triangular prism because our bases are right triangles. Of the two things we're finding, surface area and volume, the surface area is a little more difficult, so let's go ahead and do that one first. When we're doing the surface area of a prism, the best way to think about it is you're just finding the area of all the shapes that make up the actual prism, and you're finding the sum of each area. So I've gone ahead and drawn the net of our prism here. The net is just the unfolded version of the prism. So you can see that we have my two right triangles and we have three rectangles. So we just need to find the area of these and then add them all together. So the total surface area formula, let's look at that first, is total surface area is equal to the lateral surface area plus the base area. And looking at this formula, we know our bases are triangles, so we know what our base area is going to be. The area of a triangle is 1/2 of the base of the triangle times the height. But because we have two triangles that we're adding together, we're going to multiply that by 2. So for that, we're going to have 2 times 1/2 times base times height. Alright, and for the lateral surface area, let's actually use a different color. Let's use orange. The lateral surface area of a prism is pretty easy as well. It's just the perimeter of your base times the height of your prism. So let's look at this. The perimeter of my base. The perimeter is the outside of the shape, and we know one side is 5, one is 4, and one is 3. So 5 plus 4 plus 3, and all of that is times my height, which is 8. Now, the area for my bases, again, we're going to bring down my 2. We're going to have 1/2 times the base of my triangle is 3 times the height is 4. So you can see we have two different types of equations within the one here. So let's go ahead and figure out the answer here. 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 12. So we're going to have 12 times 8 plus, so 2 times 1/2 we know is 1, so we can just cancel those out. So we're just left with 3 times 4. So now this will be pretty simple. We can just add everything together, multiply together. So 12 times 8 is 96. 3 times 4 is 12. So our total surface area, let's just keep it in this pink color, is equal to 96 plus 12 is 108. And because we're dealing with area, it's going to be squared. So the next part of our question, it asks for the volume of the prism. Finding the volume of the prism is pretty easy. It's a lot simpler than finding the lateral surface area or the total surface area for that matter. So let's do this one in red. So the volume of a prism, as we've learned, is the base area times the height of the prism itself. So volume is equal to base area times height. So we know our base is a triangle, so the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base of the triangle times the height. And we know the height of the prism is 8 centimeters. So we're going to plug that into my formula here, times 8. Well, we already found the area of the base in our previous example up here. We know it's 1/2 times 3 times 4. So we have 1/2 times 3 times 4. Multiply all that times 8. 1/2 times 3 times 4. These are going to cut, so we're left with 6 times 8, and that equals 48 centimeters cubed. And that is the volume